Greetings, LEGO fans! Today, I'm joining you from the top of the first LEGO set ever made. This is set number 236, the Garage with Automatic Door. This modest little 69-piece offering from as early as 1955 was the first in the newly introduced LEGO system in play, which aimed to standardize the company's plastic brick offerings and encourage more creativity. It was released as the first installment of LEGO's larger town plan theme, and was only available in a handful of European countries, including Germany, which is where this copy came from. It may not be much to look at, but it's an absolutely pivotal piece of LEGO's history. Released as basically an accessory to house the already existing plastic cars that the company was producing, this set was the first step into LEGO's bright, brick-filled future. Though it's remarkably quaint by modern standards, it was particularly surprising to see just how consistent the LEGO system has been over the last 70 years. These early elements certainly have some striking differences from modern ones, which we'll cover in a minute, but remarkably they're still fully compatible, which really brings to life this statement from LEGO employee Axel Thompson at the time. The LEGO system means that all elements fit together, can be used in multiple ways, can be built together. This means that bricks bought years ago will fit perfectly with bricks bought in the future. It means that a LEGO element not only has instant value, but will keep its value always. We will always make sure that all bricks from yesterday, today, and tomorrow fit together. This goes right along with the 6 key points of the LEGO system in play as outlined by the system's architect, Godfred Kirk Christiansen, who sent these points out to retailers to help them see the vision the company had for these bricks. The toy has to be compact in its dimensions without limiting the free expression of imagination. It has to be reasonably priced. It has to be simple and durable and yet offer unlimited variety. It has to be suitable for children of all ages and for both boys and girls. It has to be classic in its presentation, i.e. a classic among toys needing no renewal, and it has to be easily distributed. Now, how well LEGO has adhered to these principles over the years,
particularly the reasonably priced point,
is certainly up for debate, but it was a solid starting point for a legendary new plastic brick system. Of course, this isn't LEGO's first attempt at making plastic building bricks, as their automatic binding bricks kit had been released in 1949. But this was the first set using LEGO's current brick dimensions, and when LEGO perfected the stud and tube design of their bricks just a few years later in 1958, this set was the first to be re-released with that new and improved design. So, whichever way you slice it, this little garage was number 1. The first thing you'll notice about the set upon a quick appraisal is that the bricks definitely don't fit together as snugly or uniformly as the modern ones do. I'm not sure whether that's how they were originally or if the plastic has warped in the 70 years since they were manufactured. I'm definitely leaning toward the latter, but I have no way of knowing that for sure. Given the time period, these bricks are almost certainly made from cellulose acetate rather than ABS plastic that's used today. So the inferior stability of the older materials could easily play into this. I was pleasantly surprised to see that most of the elements themselves do have that iconic LEGO logo on top of each stud. But when you flip them over, they're completely hollow. LEGO was still a couple years away from the stud and tube design we're familiar with now, so these early system-in-play sets give us a unique window into the development of the bricks we know and love today. This lack of tube supports definitely hurts their clutch power, and this shortcoming combined with the warping of the plastic make this set a bit tricky to hold together at times. The plates in this set are fascinating as well. With the lack of a stud and tube system on the bottom, the clutch power here is achieved by using an individual square hole for each stud that goes into it. This offers quite a bit more clutch power than the hollow bricks, but of course still falls short of the innovations coming just around the corner. Something to note here is that the 6x8 plates don't have the LEGO logo on the studs, but rather have a small logo stamped on the bottom. Meanwhile, the 2x8 plate and all of the bricks do have the logo on the studs. I'm not really sure of the logistics behind these decisions, but it's an interesting little tidbit. The most unique element of the set is the base plate, which features studs all around the sides and this little latch mechanism in the front. This is evidently to allow the garage door to open, but for whatever reason, my copy needs a little extra help in that department. I love the prominent LEGO logo on the bottom, which is the same logo you see on the box art from that time. Which, by the way, can we get that mascot guy back? I really like that dude. Speaking of the garage door, that's another unique element this set offers. A simple frame housing a counterweighted door lets gravity do the work when opening it up. It's a charming little bit of engineering, though it's definitely the most beat-up element in my copy here. The window elements were perhaps the most frustrating part of this build, as the slot system used to keep them in place and their very warped nature made them pretty difficult to build with. The transparent elements appear to be fused to the frames, so separating the two was still a thing of the future at that point. Perhaps my favorite piece in the whole set, however, is this 1x8 brick with the printed garage sign on it. It's hollow, just like the 1x2s, but there are at least a couple lateral supports thrown in there for good measure. The print on this piece is just so delightfully vintage, and firmly places the whole set in its historical context. I've actually seen the box art of this set with a sign that says LEGO on top instead of garage, but I haven't been able to pinpoint exactly why or where that difference manifested itself. If anyone has more info on that, let me know in the comments. As both a LEGO enthusiast and a history lover, this set was an absolute joy to build. I loved experiencing the beginning of the LEGO system in play for myself, and seeing how different, yet how very much the same it is to our current version of the LEGO brick. This little gem is particularly tricky to get your hands on, as Bricklink only reports a single, very overpriced sale in the last 6 months. My own stumbling upon it on eBay from a German seller was by pure luck, but if you're looking to get the most retro LEGO around, this one might be worth seeking out for yourself. I'd love to display this set somewhere to give it the respect it deserves for its place in history, but I'm not really sure how to go about that. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. And if you've stumbled upon this video out of a love of all things retro LEGO, go ahead and watch my ever-growing retro LEGO series here on YouTube, where I revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. You'll be glad you did. And until next time, and hopefully another 70 years in the future, keep building.